thanks to Jake and Mariah for coming down from Denver. They're also laid-off restaurant workers. And we are here to demand that they extend our federal unemployment, the $600 federal unemployment that they've been giving us, because we are in danger of starvation and homelessness. And I've been joined by a couple of people from Temple Creek in Colorado. We got some people here from Colorado Springs that are also facing eviction. And I'd just like to say a little something about my personal story. I've been working in restaurants for quite a while, and I think everybody understands that restaurant workers are already underpaid, and they're asking us now to go back and put our lives at risk for that same low money, and trying to call us lazy for asking for our unemployment that is, I think, outright. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much where I stand on it. Anybody else want to say anything? Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for PSA and Restaurant Workers United for getting this together. I think this is really important that we keep this up. This is just one part of a struggle. One part of a struggle that's just, it's a long struggle that's been going on for years and years and years. I just posted on social media yesterday about Reagan's firing of the air traffic control workers. And that really introduced this hardcore attack on working people in the United States. And I think it's about time that we all really started fighting back, because we just keep losing every day that we don't fight back. So it's important that we come out here and do things like this. We need to take it to our senators' offices. We need to take it to our bosses at our workplaces. We need to be out here basically every day, all the time, and we need to unite with other struggles that are going on to make sure that when we fight together, we're stronger. So I just want to thank you guys all for coming out here, because this is not like an easy thing to do, organizing around workplace issues, because it's your livelihood, right? You know, when we speak out, our bosses could see us, and we might be punished for that, right? You know, our bosses want us to go back and work for poverty wages. They don't want us, you know, you're completely right. They think it's like laziness, right? But we don't want to go back to these jobs and get sick. I'm a teacher. I work at the university. They want us to go back in the fall, but they're not doing anything to provide any sort of protection for students, for staff, for faculty. So we do need to continue to stand up, and so I thank everybody for coming out here today and standing up. And I just want to say that we should stick together, and unless they start listening to us, they're not going to have any peace. We're going to be out here every single day. Especially you, Corey. I'm sure you're not here, but if there's aides up there can hear us, we're going to be back, just like we were here a couple weeks ago, until you start to listen to us. All right, thank you. Solidarity forever, everybody.
Senator Gardner, that we need them to extend the 600. I was working at the airport in catering. Worked for United, their catering department, for 2.5 years, until this March we were told that the pandemic was coming and that no one was going to be flying, no meals were being made for the flights. And so, like more than half of my coworkers, I was laid off. And for 2 months, I tried to apply over and over again for unemployment. And our state system was not designed for, you know, hundreds of thousands of people applying for unemployment, hundreds of thousands of people needing to get enough money just to survive and pay their bills. My partner, who I'm with here today, was also laid off and also didn't receive any money for weeks and weeks on end. And so when we finally got the 600, it was a godsend, because we didn't know if we were even going to be able to make rent that month, let alone have enough to do any of the things we, you know, anything else we'd like to do. And it's been a really difficult time, but because of the 600, because our government finally decided to do something right by working people, we've been able to survive and stay in our homes the last few months. But now, Senate Republicans have decided, and many Democrats too, that $600 a week is too much. Their minimum of a living wage is too much. It's a taste of power for workers who have never made enough money in their life to get by and suddenly have just enough to not have to worry quite as much about their bills, not have to worry quite as much every month about making rent. But the pandemic is not getting better, it's getting worse. More people are getting sick. Look at Texas, look at Florida. That's going to be Colorado, not too long from now. These jobs are not coming back. Restaurants are not opening, they're closing again. And I don't know what they think we're going to do. There are no jobs to go back to. How are we supposed to pay our bills? How are we supposed to survive? And so, you know, if they don't extend this 600, there's going to be a crisis of unimaginable proportions on their hands. There's going to be a new Great Depression. The only thing that has stopped that is this 600. And so, I'm so grateful to be here today with workers from across the state, with the GSA, with Unite Here, with other allies in the labor movement here, because they need to hear us, because they need to know that if they don't extend this 600, you know, we're asking politely now, but there are going to be riots in the streets if we have 10% unemployment, no jobs to go back to. People are going to be kicked out of their homes. Like, what do they think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen, Senator Gardner?
So, one thing I forgot to say earlier too is I'd like to point out that our Congress decided to take a 3-day weekend right when most people drank their days during all of this, and that doesn't be a detail special. But what we've got here, we've got a list of people who have signed our petition. These are mostly laid off and at-risk restaurant workers. And we're going to try to present them to Senator Gardner or one of his aides, most likely, if anybody's even here to present it to, and ask that they extend the $600 federal unemployment to basically save all our lives. He does support the extension of the full $600 for at least the rest of the year. That's what they said? Yeah, thanks again to all of you for coming out. Really, really awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, one down, 99 more to go.
One down, 99 more to go. One there.